Apparently, when you mute your microphone, nobody can hear you. That's what happens. That's the problem with being old, which I kind of have to stop. Uh, so let's start this off. It's me. It's Schmuel. It's Thursday. I'm fucking glad to see you all. Young old vibes. Hi. Thanks for coming in. And we are here. And if somebody wants to send out a Twitter notice that we're live, that would be awesome. I am going to stop the stream on Twitter because I want to take a look at something. Hey, everybody. Sorry, no Cardiff tonight, but we will have Mr. Dave Sarah. I'm looking at a picture of an empty room down on the bottom. Quick roll call. McCranky, Schmuel, are you Irish? I don't answer a lot of these questions, but I will say there are Jews in Ireland, if that helps anybody. How many technical issues will Schmuel have tonight? I don't know what the over-under is. I'm hoping that it's under. We look like we should be good to go. The background and all that stuff. Michaela, am I late? No, Michaela, you're not. You're right on time, just as you always are. I just got free food from Zoran's in New York. We'll talk about that at some point. And I have to reach over and grab my notebook. Oscar Electric. If you guys haven't seen it, I think I do have it loaded. There is, Oscar did probably one of the best AI portraits of Clearwater Chad I've seen to date. I really liked it. And Clearwater will be on with us on Saturday night. For me, that's going to be fun. I happen to really like Clearwater. I like him a lot. So let's go. Chris Mack is here. He wanted to know what the delay was. The delay was me not reading it. Johnny Chopsticks. God. Where is the fruit picker hat? It's sitting on a pole across from me, which we can get up. We can get up there. Mint Diggity with a laughing face. So we want to talk about Mint Diggity in a minute. Mint Diggity sent a super chat to our boy, or your boy, or the boy, Chad Zumach today. And it encouraged Chad to do something, and we'll pop in with that in a minute, and I will explain. But Mint, excellent job. I agree with Sam. Get stealth on. You're like my, what do you call it? Sig, you're like Stealth's biggest supporter. I can count on you on every show to tell me that you want to have Stealth on. So I actually was talking to Stealth today, and I will at some point have Stealth on. But as I've said before, I don't really know what to do with Stealth. I'm sure that he's going to want to tell me how to stream and what to stream and all that stuff, which is fine. I don't mind taking advice, but I'm like, at least according to Cookie, I'm like the slowest speaker in the world and torture you guys with slow speaking. And Stealth is a lot like me in that regard. He can take a very long time to get to a point. So I want to go there. And I've said, Johnny A says, Stealth is a good egg. Affy says Stealth is a diva. Yeah, I mean, come on. But aren't we all divas in our own way? Seriously, everyone want to see Empty Dave here? That's the view from Dave Sarah. And if I don't mention it, Dave will be going live later tonight after this show is over, and I'm going to be switching you all over to the Aussie guy. And I'm like stuttering John. Um, I had to do something for the missus, and I got delayed, and I grabbed the first shirt I could find, and I happen to like this one. Uh, can you see? It says propaganda, and then on the back, it's got the a slur, a Patagonian slur, which I really like, because I'm a rebel. But did I say a stealth? Yes, I did. He's a diva. Yes, it's funny, I heard the guy, he was like 70, and then I saw a picture he put up on Twitter yesterday, and it was, I don't know, 30, 40-year-old guy. And then I realized that the picture that he put up on Twitter was way old. And Dave, just say hello when you're ready, and we'll rock and roll you. There's Dave Sarah, ladies and gentlemen, joining us, who promised me earlier he was not coming on stream because he was mad at me because he doesn't like my hat. He's also making a lot of noise, so I'm gonna mute him. You're muted, Dave, and we will go from there. It's got a weird filter on, huh? I do not think that's me. Let's just make sure all the layers on the old Evmux thing are off. And they are, so we're all good. And we'll turn that off as well. So there we are. Mr. Blue Sky, are you going at Eckel tomorrow? Yeah, Eckel, I'm scheduled to be with Eckel tomorrow night at 6:30 Eastern time. And I'm sitting here realizing that I had not turned on the air conditioner, and I'm sweating my balls off. Dave's a good egg. Dave is a good egg. I like Dave a lot. And, it's funny because Dave and I got together basically the same way that I approached not Cardiff. Jesus Christ, Charles. You people are amazing. So stop sending me that shit. Any of it. I got to know Dave the same way I got to know Karmic, and Karmic, you guys would call it concern trolling, but I'm like one of those guys, I can't help myself. I think that I don't know. I can't help myself when I see people in certain situations. I'm gonna send them, a DM, and if they ignore me, that's great, and if they don't, that's great too. But Dave didn't. We became friends. Karmic didn't for a long time. We talked and we were friends. I think the blow up came when he went on to the show. Dave, is this a new? I have you muted, buddy. Hold on. Unmute request. All right. Has Dave Sauer been court ordered to do this? What could possibly be the explanation? He's a fun guy, and we have fun. And
okay,
there you go, buddy.
Am I in? Sounds
You're
good.
in. Yeah, you sound great. You could turn down your mic a little bit, but other than that,
I'd rather stand further away from it.
Yo, Jive Ass Turkey, nice Whalers cap, thanks. I'll tell you what.
Somebody had a question about me?
I got a bunch of baseball hats, and the only one that gets as much attention as any hat that I ever wear is this one. And it's in a restaurant. Yeah, I was down at the beach. We were at a place on Sunday, and this very smoking young lady came up to me to tell me how much she loved the Whalers hat, and then somebody else did, and it was pretty cool. They wanted to know if you were court ordered to be on here with me, because otherwise there'd be no reason for you to do it.
No. Okay, yes. First of all, yesterday I was listening to you and Cardiff. Had to listen. Could not watch you in that hat and take you seriously. It's literally the cringiest shit ever, doggy. I wrote the meanest tweet to you ever, and I had to delete it because of how mean it was. Because you look like a fool. Okay, second thing. Nobody does, dude. The funny hat thing. You're only 285 subscribers into your campaign, and you're already doing the funny hat guy. No, 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 no. None, not under my tutelage. Okay. Second of all, it's
All right,
not
wait, wait,
court
wait.
order.
Stop for 1 second. That's
You
not
can
a
address
funny
both my.
hat. It's a legit hat. Go ahead.
You're such a fucking loser. That's even worse that you think it's cool. I thought maybe you were doing it. Oh, funny hat. No. It's the fact that you're thinking it's even cooler. Ugh. Okay. However, I will say the court order. I don't like to call it court, but it is community service. I have to do Schmuel's show, Ray's show, and BYB are all considered like community service. I got to do 180 hours.
It's part of your. Do you have a fan on?
Yes. Okay. So okay. I'm glad you told me that. So hold on. Tell me if this makes it better or worse. Better or worse.
Better. Turned you
Okay,
down a little bit, but that's cool.
I'll mute myself a little bit too, but it's my also here.
No, but you're good. You're good. You're fine. Doom, the karmic turn on you is one of the stranger ones. You seemed like you were trying to help. I actually was. It was very weird. The whole karmic turn was very weird because he and I were actually chatting about streaming and other stuff. And like I don't tell people. I only tell people their talent is good. I'm not really the kind. I don't like to trash people. And I told him I thought he was talented and stuff. And he had talked about wanting to do outdoor streams and walk and talks and stuff like that, and difficulty in doing them. I've done a few, so we talked about it's hard to do and keep up with the chats without looking like an asshole. So if you want to do them without reading the chats, I think that's a lot better. But you also need two devices if you're going to do that, because you want one that's videoing and the other one you can read the chats on.
Oh, and
So
yesterday you were significantly softer than Cardiff.
yeah, I heard I got tranced on by um, insufferable bastards, Carlos Danger.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna be I mean we were complaining. I even called you that I was complaining about Cardiff's show because I'm trying to like sleep and listen to his show, but I'm trying to also kind of like hear what Chad's saying, and then you hear Chad, but then Cardiff is so much louder than Chad, or vice versa, however you want to look at it, that it fucking just kept waking me up, and I got pissed. And I'm like, I'm just gonna download this shit, normalize the audio, and re-upload it to my channel because I'm a clipper, but no longer. I'm a retired clipper now.
Good idea. Props is asking, does that hat keep you cool in the summer, Schmuel? Can you dip it in water? Yes, that's exactly what it is.
That's
It's
a
an
good move
Aussie.
always.
It's an Aussie chiller. It's designed to be dipped in water, and
Is it really?
yeah,
Wow,
they're
that's
amazing.
fucking
I actually
gay.
I have another one coming. Little Lemmy, Karmic X is a star. He's going straight to the top. Look, man, I hope so.
Little Lemmy.
I said to somebody earlier, somebody said they were apologizing because they have to go on at the same time we're on. And like I said to them, the pie is big enough, you know? Like, just do what you got to do. Don't worry about it. So I'd like to see Karmic X be a star without killing himself first. But
Speaking of killing himself, Granny calls me yesterday. I don't know what's going on with Lemmy and Granny anymore, what the situation is. Granny calls me. He's telling me it's like noon my time. It's not even noon. It's like 10:30 my time. And he tells me he wants to self-harm himself. He wants to take a gun to the part of that body. And I was just like, I told him, I walked him off the ledge by saying, I'm like, what a fucking hacky ass way to do it. You're gonna shoot yourself in the head, stupid? Why? So what? Have people got to clean it up afterwards? We gotta watch Lemmy come in and clean up your shit. He's like, no, I'll use a bag. I'm like, you're so stupid, you'll fucking pass out accidentally before you even get the job done, and then you'll wake up breathing like finally like from almost doing autoerotic asphyxiation. Your cock's gonna be in your hand, and then that's how you want them to find you. And I told him I gotta call him back. I don't know. He called me last. He called me last night, and I didn't even answer. So
That's
I hope Granny's
that's
still great and still alive. So
it's funny.
don't call.
Uh,
Look. If you isolate yourself, call the suicide hotline. There are people who can help you. Don't call me. I'm gonna make fun of you.
uh, this seems more like a DM thing, Dave, and I happen to agree with Lemmy.
No. Nah. He's joking. It's a gag. He's trying to get up on me about trying to fucking you know. Okay. If you can't
Count
hear
your
me, I'll be a little
blessings
bit
there,
louder.
Pat. Um,
Yeah. Said
I
no
I
one.
s- I sent I sent do the Saturday night
Ah,
streams,
it's a
the
bit. He's doing a bit.
s- the Saturday night
Okay, hold on.
backyard.
Sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but obviously Granny did fine after the phone call because he called me back afterwards.
Yeah, so I was gonna say I sent Granny a note today saying that Saturday night we're doing the Saturday night stream. It's gonna be like a Clown Town pre-show, and I'd be sending him the link, and he said cool. So he's still here. Uh, Pat Dixon is here. We get all the stars. I'd like to send Pat a link. Your fucking fan Dave is gonna kill us all. I hate to say it.
I know.
Can you do something
Hold
about
on,
it? Thank you. And while we wait for I'm gonna Pat making me nuts. All right. So, haha, Dave was like, "Do it, pussy."
No. I didn't say do it, pussy. I said you're gonna do it that way. Every way he tried to bring up that he was gonna do it, I shot it down with like how fucking hacky and like come up with something original and then get back to me and then we'll talk about it, whether it's worth it, whether or not will you get super chats out of it. Honestly, if you're gonna do it, you have to do it on stream. I mean, that's just not if you have children though.
Isn't that the hope that these guys are? I always feel like Cardiff's not Car. I keep saying Cardiff. Karmic's chat. I feel like they're encouraging him. They're going to encourage him to do that at some point.
No, they're not. Shut up. I don't believe that. I don't agree, and I don't want anybody to do that. Nobody wants any of that, and I don't think they're gonna do that.
Okay.
They're gonna start super chatting him that?
No. I think that they keep asking him to they get him to drink and drink and drink more and have more mental breaks.
Wow.
And
yeah, the drinking is not great. My cousin actually today messaged me today his 4-year chip. I think he was kind of shoving it in my face a little bit. And then I today when I logged into Counter-Strike, I got my 5-year trip. So
it's funny. One time I talked to Granny, and we did this on air, so it's not like it's private. But we were talking about 12-step meetings, and there are certain ones that I don't like to. The Narcotics Anonymous I find like a little too rough, and those were Granny's favorites.
what do you mean by a little too rough though?
The AA side of things, they tend to be more. They're just calmer people. They haven't lived that kind of a life, and
they're phonies, is what you're saying.
And usually there's not a lot of cursing, and it's more focused on recovery.
I see what you mean.
Narcotics Anonymous is it's rough guys, because like in AA you'll get guys that their big problem was they on the way home from work they stopped at the bar, overdrank, blah blah blah. Narcotics Anonymous. Yeah, the Narcotics Anonymous guys are the guys that are constantly running from the cops or have done lots of jail time, shit like that.
Yeah,
so.
Plus like the act of doing drugs is not necessarily as social, at least not for everybody. Whereas drinking is, exponentially social, it feels like, compared to drug use.
Well, yeah,
in general.
At the very least, drinking starts as a social behavior, right? And drug use doesn't necessarily.
Yeah.
And, 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 Jimmy I. Schmuel, you have potential, but at your age, it might be too late. I can relate. I'm your age too. Jimmy, my goal is to. David, stop with the
Sorry.
goddamn noise. Sorry. You're crinkling a bag.
Mr. fucking chewing into the mic the other time. Go fuck yourself.
Oh my God. All right. Schmilly, you have potential, but at your age, it might be too late. I've said and said again, that my goal is to perfect this the day before I die. So there you go. That's when I want to fulfill my potential. And Mr. Blue Sky, I missed you earlier. That would be very cool to have you on with Echo tomorrow night. I did it. So I was going to send you a link or something, and you told me you were busy, if I remember correctly.
If you feel angry, put your comfort hat on and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm having a. It's funny. I don't really have a lot of anger normally, and but today, just before I sat down here, I wound up getting fucking very annoyed, and I wanted
The
to.
boomerdom in you.
I wanted to yell and scream, but I
Right.
didn't. And as I'm sitting here, I'm like going. I'm starting to feel like my what do you call it? My Apple Watch is going to start to tell me that my heart rate has gone up too high.
You'll be nowhere without my David.
Right. You know would be dead if it wasn't for my David. So, but we love David. Thank you, young old one. Shmuel isn't a day over 21. Certainly in dog years.
No,
But
but much like Joey C, Shmuel's got 30 plus years of life experience.
right,
Right?
I've got
Right.
my life experience.
That's right.
I had a little DM convo with Adam Bush today, which I precipitated today, not him.
How are you
A-
not taking a gun to that noggin of yours, to that hat?
And I was laughing because I listened to the Joey C stuff, and I was thinking about how we had watched the Joey C Adam Bush interview, and it just was like Joey learned nothing from that, like nothing. And I was as it was awful. So
Yeah, KB was even talking about it today. It's like, people don't change. You think Chad at 50 is going to change, or Kevin at 65, or me even at 39? You think I'm going to change? I'm always going to hate Israel.
and I'm always going to love it. So there we go. Um, so our only democracy in the Mideast, and uh, women without loads and loads of hair. But I guess that's an Armenian thing.
Ooh, ad hominem attacks.
Ad hominem attacks. Ad hominem attacks.
You're not even Jewish.
So
Who
I
you
want to
shilling
start off
for?
with it's am I or amn't I is the question. I would what do you call it? The
Shmamil
question
shmamazel.
it's not the it's not the question I often answer,
It's the
but
journey.
you can actually think that whatever. In any event, mint diggity grrr.
The fuck
So
did
I
any
want to
of
get
that mean?
into it's very funny with Adam Bush. Um, mint diggity, get Adam Bush on. I've got questions for that weirdo. Uh, I am not. I don't think I'm Adam Bush interview material. So, but I have invited him on. We haven't gotten around there to it. We Ed
Yeah, I
Cardiff
mean, it's
on.
just one day you're just gonna have to get me on there, and I'm just gonna have to be on. And when I'm on, I'll be on for a long time. It'll probably be out 3 hours or so that I'm on. But I will be on during that time, so you know that I'm on, and we'll be on together.
Adam's a really interesting guy. I got to meet him in Vegas, talk to him a bit, and I've never seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so and I don't really watch TV, so I have no idea about much of this.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer was a show.
I know what
It
it
was a
was.
show, Shmuel, that was on television.
Right. They
I
had
was
tell
on
that.
this show that was on television, and it was a show, and it doesn't matter what you think.
I think it does. OG Mumbling Nick. Careful tomorrow, Mr. Blue Sky. Eckel has been extra cunty lately. Um, yes, Shmuel looks like a 30-year-old burn victim. All right. So what I was saying was we had Cardiff on the other day. We've got, spread these things out. Vinny Paulino will be on in the next week or so, and then eventually I will have Mr. Tukey himself is coming on. So
The
I
guy from Jersey Shore is coming on?
yeah, the guy from Jersey Shore. Isn't that a girl? Tukey,
Villy
Jersey Shore.
Paulinino?
Vinny
Villy
Paulino.
Palaguino?
No. Vinny Paulino. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
If
Vinny
you don't know Vinny
Paulino.
Paulino, you don't know the
Oh,
Dabbleverse.
shit. All right. No, I
So-
know the
so-
$40 middle.
All right, let's go. I got to ask you if you know about this one. So Jimmy I is asking Schmuel, would you invest in Joey C's latest scam? Have you seen Joey's or heard of Joey C's
Scheme.
latest scam?
Scheme.
What did I say?
Scam.
Oh, well, I read it the way it should be written, and he wrote it differently.
I agree. Yeah. But if you're going to bring
See-
up the pores, you might as well read it correctly.
Well, do you know what it is?
Oh, yeah. I know what it is. You don't know what it is?
No, I know. I'm waiting for you to say, do you know what Joey C's latest scheme is?
I know what it is. That's why I mentioned the 30-plus year life experience.
Ah, okay. I'm
So
not
you
really
don't
good
know
at
what it is what we're
I'm not
getting
really
at.
good at callbacks. I got lost at the part with the $3,900 donations that he wanted
Right.
and the $1,000 dinners.
That's such a weird random number too. 3,900. It's like, no, well, I only need $38,878 to cover all my debt, so I don't want to make any more money than I have to because I
Yeah.
gotta pay taxes on it. Soup party.
Yeah.
Wow. Dave, me and you 1v1 CS2 dust op only. Loser has to super chat. Loser has to SC Alp themselves and ship it to the winner. Oh, scalp themselves. My bad. Scalp themselves. I'm an idiot because of the separation. Scalp themselves and ship it to the winner. A good old scalp 1v1 scalping. Wow. Well, I have 2.5 hours on Counter-Strike. Let me play tonight and we'll consider it. Tomorrow, you come by tomorrow, mister. You come by tomorrow when we're doing case openings and I'll 1v1 you. I don't know if I'm going to scalp myself. I'll consider a good old foreskin chopping, though, since I got some extra.
Thank you. What do you call it? Yeah.
Thank you,
The only thing I
Party.
know about Counter-Strike is that it's hooked a lot of young people into gambling, and
Yes.
there's been a lot
How
of
do you even know that, though?
there's
How
a
do
lot
you
of-
even know that?
there's a lot of crime around it. I read
Oh,
this
well,
little
yeah.
newspaper on a daily basis called the Wall
my
Street
God.
Journal.
Wow, the Wall Street Journal.
I know.
Yeah,
Soup
it's
party.
basically, yeah, I mean, everybody that's under 40 probably knows the whole anything about cases. So, like, yeah, there's like a whole thing around you buy cases, you open them, you try to get a knife, skin, or whatever. At least, in a game like Counter-Strike, you can essentially buy the skin, or you can essentially buy the case, maybe win a rare skin and sell it for some money. Now, are you going to ever make money? No, you're not. But tomorrow, there's like at least for sure, there's going to be across 4 streams tomorrow, a $270,000 case opening, split 4 ways between like Onipixel, Tim the Tatman, Nate Shot, and like one other guy. I think Eros or something. And then there's like a whole other stream, and there's some guy, some whale. His name is Megalodon, ironically. He just gifted like he's got like a multi-million-dollar inventory of these like cases and shit from like 10, 15 years ago, cases you can't get anymore, rare cases. And he just gifted them like literally $250,000, $270,000 worth of shit. Just like, here you go, open it. You get to keep whatever you open. And he's just like some unknown whale. Probably Chinese. Megalodon.
I'll have to go back and read the article, but it was really interesting about the cases and people gambling. But there's like physical violence. I mean, they've sent like hitmen out to people because they interfere with their gambling. And I don't think France outlawed Counter Strike, but it did something to try to
Like
limit.
outlaw the case opening, probably part of it. They did that for FIFA also. And so
Yeah,
the Great Britain, they've done like they've limited how much you can gouge people, which is good, honestly, because it's all a scam. Just like
uh,
real sports, it's all fixed. Just like
all right.
football, sorry, and
I,
basketball.
I believe it. So the word for this evening is coprophilia, and we'll talk about that later. That one's going to come up,
Yeah.
but first, because he,
Coprophilia.
yeah, because he always leaves, and I don't want to miss it. Um, Mint Diggity gets my award for cool chat of the day, um, which was he sent Chad just a small super chat that said, "Call Coach Scott," right? And luckily, Chad doesn't really have things planned, so he called Coach Scott, and we got more information from that phone call than we do get in everybody making assumptions about what Aaron's saying and what's going on with Coach Scott. So I know you're not a big steel toe guy, so I will ask the question. Um, you know that Melton went to Minnesota, and you know that Melton met Coach Scott, and you know that they got along famously, and um, and then Aaron came on his show the other day to shit on Coach Scott, and he did it in very subtle ways. Um, and Chad called Coach Scott to talk about it today, and I got to say, the Coach Scott is a classy guy. Handled it really well, but um, he basically said what he said. So the one thing that we know from that um, conversation was that Safe Sport apparently has approved Mr. Imholt, uh, his thing, but it's up to USA Boxing now to decide whether or not they want him back, which is just not a surprise. But, well, we never know because what's his name said that. Aaron said that, but he lies so much, it's always very hard to figure out what the fuck he's talking about, if he's telling the truth or not. So there's that. Mint says Coach Scott trolls Chad every time. Um, I didn't feel like he was trolling him. I thought I don't think Coach Scott trolls. I think Coach Scott just says what he's thinking, and we think it's a troll. But it was great because I loved it because I know that Aaron was trying to like start a fight, and Coach Scott just really wasn't going to have any of it. So. Um, and we can see
Yeah.
Dave's clamming up as he really doesn't like talking about steel toe.
No, I'm not. I just literally couldn't possibly give a shit. But yeah, let's talk about it. We're talking about it. I give you my opinion. Do I? I think I don't. I listened to half of the Stalin clip, so that's how much I know. Which is, he sounded sincere on the phone. I don't know if Coach Scott is trolling Chad, all the better.
Right.
I don't care if he's on Aaron's side, Melton's side, Chad's side. I just don't want the guy to get trolled. So I think he just literally tells we've talked about this before. The same opinion I've given you for the last time was, I think this guy just fucking tells anybody who bugs him whatever the fuck they want to hear. Because the last thing they need is for somebody to Google some family that finally has a kid that turns 14 years old, and they Google, oh, boxing gym nearby. He likes boxing. Click. He likes Jake Paul. Click. Oh, 2.7 stars. Oh, let's go look at the bad reviews. Aaron M. Holt's a creep. Chad's retarded. Melton's a hunchback. Like, leave the fucking guy alone. I think he's scared of all these people. Who the fuck wants to get a call from Chad Zumach at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? You think he's happy? You think he's happy?
I think Coach Scott is a talker, and he likes to talk, and he likes to hear himself talk. So,
You know what? That's a fair point, because when I worked for Sterling, when I was selling manufacturing equipment, I've said this to you also. It's like, these guys, they're just bored all day, and they love talking about equipment and shop, and they don't get to talk about it with anybody else. Like, fucking, Well, every 4 years they get to buy a fucking $5,000 milling machine. So that means they can spend 20 hours talking to the salesman on the phone. I'm like, what about this drill bit? Shut up.
Yeah, he was because Scott was very happy to explain how to become a coach in boxing and what you have to do, and talking about wrestling, and it was pretty cool. And Mint Diggity says Coach Scott is really funny. Um, yeah, certainly in the way that he handled the phone call.
In the same
Chris
way,
Mack,
Schmuel's very funny.
Chad is a retard. We're not
Yes,
going to argue with you
correct.
there. That's the thing, though, is like what I like about Chad is he's calling up to troll the guy, and the guy you could say the guy's trolling him, but the guy just goes, he's like having a serious conversation, and Chad gets lost. He doesn't know how, like, I give him credit because I don't have the balls to be making phone calls to people, but he'll make the phone call, but it never really goes the way that he wants it to go.
Oh,
The,
what? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Oh, weird. Oh, what's
oh
going on with
yeah.
that? That's right. Put
Yeah,
studio mode on, huh? That's pretty cool.
that's the deal. Yeah, because I don't see the super chats or the super tips as they
I'm
are.
seeing them. I'm
I
seeing them.
You seen them on your screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't come up on mine for some reason. I think if I put them on,
But the
I think
Oh.
it's not good there, but I think if I have it on studio mode, I will see it. So feel free to send a super tip, people, so we can check that. We can't.
it could be because you have the editor. Okay, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah, I kind of know what it is. That's why I did what I did. But whatever.
Well, you're also retarded as well.
Maybe Coach Scott will be at Hackamania 3. Hopefully at no playing bubble craps. Right, obnoxious prick. Yes, I apologize. I have to apologize every show for being an obnoxious prick. But TJ, I hear we're going to AC in August. And I checked, and there are at least 3 casinos with bubble craps.
Is that because of Clearwater Chad
I have no idea. I just
and Borgo?
maybe Borgo. I got the notification.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, yeah. I don't know if we even said this. I think I mentioned on BYB, which was the. I was gonna go to Haskell Steaks, but now Johnny Carson's mad at me, and I don't want to go anymore. Because he was the one who told me to come out and said to buy me a ticket to go, not ticket to fly, but the ticket for the race or whatever. But that's his little event. I want to step on his fingers and toes and with horse glue. So, but I will be coming out to Manhattan, August 25th to go see Borgo. Well, I'm gonna go see Clearwater Chat. If Borgo wants to also show up, sure. But I'm just dropping in on Borgo and Clearwater Chad. She'd be like, I'm here.
I don't know what it is. I just got as far as the Haskell goes, I just got a DM from Johnny Carson at some point a couple of months ago about the Haskell, and then there was another DM about August Bubble Craps Atlantic City, but I don't know the date or anything. I didn't know what.
I'm down for some fucking gambling because we finished paying off the construction on the house, and Daddy's making a little extra cash these days from YouTube.
Well, that's
But
good.
not no more, right? Clippers are fucked.
Chad has called Coach Scott many times before. I've heard him talk to Coach Scott. That's why I was saying it wasn't. I didn't think it was
No, we
trolling.
know that. No, we know. And every time Coach Scott says the same thing, he fucking panders to him. He panders to everybody because the guy's deathly afraid of you crazy fucking motherfuckers. Myself included.
I don't know. How much do you think in a place like that Yelp is going to affect them?
No, look, it's not. First of all, it doesn't even have to really be an issue, and I don't really think it's an issue with the Dabbleverse or Hackverse in general. I think that it's first either sensationalized probably in Coach Scott's head, or Aaron has sensationalized it in his head. These guys are gonna review bomb you. They're gonna call your place 24/7. Yada yada. I'm sure some of that has happened, but I mean, I think it just in their heads it's sensationalized, and they're just like, "I'm internet people." Meh.
Yeah, I get the feeling that he just doesn't really give a fuck. Um, but it's also like it's such a small town, right? People are going to go up there. Um, Little Lemmy, do not confuse Minnesota passive aggressive for weakness. Some of these guys are actually kind of rugged. Definitely not Aaron. Exactly. I believe me, I get the feeling that Coach Scott says what he wants to say when he wants to say it, and I thought he did a fucking great job today. So that that was the deal. Uh, Nas Redna, Nas and I just watched one of if you guys Nas underscore Redna YouTube. He has a video up where he and Johnny Cush. Um, of Marijuana Happy Hour, Trash, Hackamania. Um, and the only thing I agreed with in that entire was about 2 hours was that in the Bisconti household, Keanu is the better podcaster. But and, anyway, the best thing for Coach Scott is if Aaron goes to the other gym. Yeah. Now Aaron made it sound like the other guy Avery just up and left and went and opened his own gym like last week or whatever. And apparently it's been there um, forever. So that's it's another like Imholtian sort of obfuscation. And I don't think Aaron lies as much as we think, but I do think that he obfuscates a lot. He changes things around. Um, and Diggity, I'll have to check that out. Nas sounds like a good one to me. Nas and Johnny make a good team. Today they trash Aaron. I was going to say Aaron Adam Bush, but I did not get to see. Um, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't have anything on it. Um, let's see. Schmuel, there was a rumor going around you've taken over Jim Norton's body. I'll hang up and listen. Um, I don't know. I don't know what Jim Norton's body is like, but it can't be worse than mine. So there we go. And I am. This is what we wanted to do. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, there you go. Um, so, oh, he knocked himself out too. Uh, AKA another spin for the toe. This is why NJ Ranger is the best. All right. Uh, Great command of the English language. Uh, Hell of good points, but he comes up with ones that are just fucking great. I like that one a lot. I mean, he's no mumbling Nick with it's a Schmuel world, but he is pretty good. Um, and as Nas says, do it mint. Um, I think he's gay for pay. I assume you're talking about me, and the answer is no. Rudy Baga. Coach Scott seems like a genuine, down to earth, old school dude, clearly not interested in toe BS. Uh, I agree. I think the thing that I like about Coach Scott so much is that, and look, you guys can say it's trolling and we can think it's all bullshit, but my view of it is he's just saying what he feels and it's the truth. And he's not bothered by a lot of stuff. He's been around 34 years doing boxing. And if you're involved in boxing, you're involved with a lot of people uh, who have been in trouble, are trouble, um, have sketchy pasts, shit like that. So you kind of get used to it after a while. Um, OG Mumbling Nick, this is Nas's stream. We'll get back to Nas there pretty soon. But let us all do Nas a favor and react to it. So if you could go in, take a look, give him some likes, some dislikes, that would be really cool. Uh, Jim Norton's body is in a transformer. I when I think of, I always think of Aaron Berg's line with "No, no, no, I'm not gay." He goes for the pussy in the back of the man. I won't even try to do it the way um, Berg does, but it is one of my favorite jokes. Why do Dabbleverse Minnesota men lack the ability to grow facial hair? Dr. Chow, Aaron, Karmic X. Uh, Excellent question, Jimmy. I don't know. I can grow a mustache, but I can't grow a beard, so I try not to judge other people about that. Jim Norton is on the receiving end. He's playing center, as they say. Isaac Wallenmart, we agree with you. Um, NJ Ranger is the best. All right. So pretty much we talked about Coach Scott and a little bit about Aaron. I think that there's a certain amount of Aaron going on that this guy's got to be sweating what's coming up in October, and but he can't help himself, you know. If anything, Coach Scott has been one of his greatest supporters, but just brushing up against Melton means that Aaron has to have to shit on him. And Aaron thinks he's interesting. I was looking at some numbers this week, and Aaron's are pretty goddamn pathetic. And I dig the. I was laughing because Aaron, his big claim to why he's not getting viewers now is because it's summertime and everybody's outside. And it turns out that, and I was kind of surprised by this, internet use in the summer increases exponentially over internet use in the winter. So counterintuitive, but there we go with that, Aaron. And the other thing is, you've never complained about this in all the summers before. So why is this happening now? Chow's hair is fucked up. At some point, I will show you guys a picture of me when I was young, and I had Chow's hair. It's much more of it, and a much brighter red color. I work with a Dabbleverse Bugle. One question: do you shave your nutsack? No. And I do not shave my armpits. That's just.
I want to shave my wrist.
That's what men do. You want to shave your wrist. Am I missing something?
No.
Okay. So, Michaela, and every day in the winter. All right. I don't care, OG Nick, a Mumbly Nick. You got a lot of good stuff to say, which is what counts. I like OG Mumbly Nick. I disagree with him often, and I want to stream with him because I think he does exactly what he accuses the other side of doing. But we'll do that some other time, and at least he turns his cam on when he goes on a show. I don't have a problem with people not turning their cam on, considering what's been done to people that have turned their cam on. So I don't blame anybody for not doing it.
Yeah, does Cardiff technically turn his cam on? Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I thought we might be referring to Eckel, but so it's funny because Eckel tells a story about finding the filter, right? To do that with.
Go filter fish.
And asking other people, like he asked somebody who was using it to send it to him, and they were like, no, I can't. It's a big secret. And if you search around enough, you can find it. So, yes, Afro Team Unite. So I think I might have I'm not going to find it now, but I have a picture of a giant afro. I got it when I got out of the military and cut my hair for like 2 years, and it was enormous. And it also guaranteed that I would get stopped on the highway all the time. I used to take I think it's Highway 33 from Rochester to Buffalo every
I just
weekend.
thought you were a hippie or something.
And
You had long
man,
hair?
yeah, I was, dude. I was.
Get out of here.
I was long hair flannel shirt guy for a long time. Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. So those were so grunge people were the N-words of your generation? Wow.
Well, just the cops. It was like I was constantly getting pulled over, and I had like at that time I had a little Datsun 100 LS that constantly broke down, and so it would be like I'd be by the side of the road because the thing would overheat.
It's barely an American car.
Fucking cops would pull up and be like, well, "What's in the ashtray?" So,
That's gay.
TJ, can Dave tape a mirror to the back of his chair? You can. All right, guys. Supertip.gg/Buckman.
The back of my chair.
Really appreciate your sending to me. And I is this backwards?
I think he means to the front of my chair.
He said back, but is this backwards? My super tip. Can you see what I'm pointing at? The supertip.gg.
I can't see anything. I can't see. Oh, I can. No. It looks correct to me.
Oh,
it looks
okay.
correct on YouTube also.
All right, cool. Well, no, the YouTube one I know works because I actually.
You're talking about at the bottom there, right? In blue cursive.
Yeah, in blue.
Yeah.
I'm working on background colors. So I asked ChatGPT, what's a good video background for an extremely pale person with a bright red nose? And its biggest advice was not to use a camera. So there we go. All right. So I hit Steel Toe. Anything left on Steel Toe? No, right? All right.
No, but I think I was right again too when I said, now that this is done, it's over for him. He's like, his show's gonna go to nothing and zero. It's already declining miserably.
Yeah, it's what do you call it, man?
Just get back to stop talking about the fucking goal. And just get back to pausing your mic and pretending about fisting a dude's asshole. Good times. Every fucking, you can set an alarm like Schmuel so that every 35 minutes or 33 minutes and 54 seconds, you have to say, well, fucking your call tags and shit. You have to say the fucking Venmo, PayPal, Streamlabs, Super Tips. So
all I could say is
that.
Anybody out there that has ADD, the Pomodoro timer is the shit. It's done more for me than just about anything else I've done for the ADD. Drunken Donuts. You guys work well together. I love the back and forth. I'm going to give a 5-star on TripAdvisor. Thank you. People can venture here twice a week. And
it's more
hope,
of the fourth.
And hope that we're in here.
If you know what I mean. It's more of the fourth, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
I think the back needs a little help backing it. The back needs a little bit of help fourthing it, if you know what I mean.
Did Aaron and Nick do reach arounds? All right. So I've got two things. One of which we're only got about 45 minutes left. So here's what we can do. We can do. I can talk about Tim Kennedy from the MMA and what a piece of shit he is. Or I can talk about what I think might happen to Gino and Keanu if they go to Minnesota.
Or you want me to pick?
I did a little. Or the chat can pick. So listen, on my list of things, I got Tim Kennedy from the MMA. It's a stolen valor story. I've got. We have to do coprophilia. We have to do coprophilia. I have Gino and Keanu, and I have Mersh.
Okay. Mersh followed me today or yesterday randomly.
Oh wow, that's cool. What is Bappa?
Let's do the Bappa segment. I'm listening. I gotta do something for my dad real quick. I'm listening, cool. But do the Bappa segment.
So
and then I'll come back for Gino and Kiki. We'll do coprophilia and we'll end it with the fucking.
Is Tim Kennedy known as Bappa? Is that what I'm missing? I'm not really up on my MMA. I only saw this.
No. Bappa is Brendan Shaw. Bappa.
Oh, okay.
And B is Brian Callen.
Gotcha. All right. I don't have.
Flynn is their producer Chin.
Okay. I don't know that I've ever actually watched.
Schultz.
Yeah.
Actually, the only Luigi, but I like to call him Shorts.
Oh, I'm so old. The only thing I know about Brian Callen is when he was on the Fox show. Oh, Mad TV, I guess. I got you. Chris Mack, thank you. No, Bappa is. All right. So, uh,
I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep interrupting you, but I just like to say that when you say I'm so old and then give an example, you don't need the example anymore. You just say I'm so old.
thank you.
Right.
I got it. I got it. So, I am actually going to pull up this tweet that went out today from Tim Kennedy, and it is something that annoys the shit out of me. And let's just see if I can find it very quickly. But bottom line is, Tim Kennedy was in the U.S. military. His Twitter profile says he's a UFC fighter, a ranger, a sniper, and special forces operator, unapologetically American, and a New York Times best-selling author. Uh, but today, uh, and I guess it was today because I saw it today, Tim had to issue an apology. And Tim's apology was this: I want to take full and unequivocal responsibility for a serious mistake. Over the years, I made public statements and gave interviews in which I unintentionally misstated aspects of my military service. Most notably, I implied directly or indirectly that I had been awarded the Bronze Star with Valor. This is not true, and there is no excuse for it. I never received that honor, and I deeply regret ever suggesting otherwise. Um, and then he goes on with the bullshit. And I have to tell you, nothing annoys me more than stolen valor claims, because the guys that actually got that stuff, um, there's a reason why they got it. And more importantly, the Bronze Star um, comes out to me because my dad is a uh, Bronze Star winner, for awardee. I shouldn't call him a winner, for Korea. My father died young, but he didn't like to talk about his military service. And I got a few stories, but not a lot. And then after he died, I found the orders that awarded him the Bronze Star. And it was terrifying, for lack of a better word. So just, stop the bullshit, guys. And this is what happens. Having spent a little bit of time in the military myself, um, I don't know who the audience is that you're going to. I don't know who you're trying to impress, because the civilian population is not impressed by all the rewards and all the awards and all the medals and all that bullshit that you got. Um, you're playing to people in the military, or other veterans, and the reality is that if you're full of shit about that, you're probably full of shit about a lot of other things. And you go into I don't know. I mean, I went into the military to get away from the life that I was living. So, and it was fun, and I had it, I mean, I think about it now. I hated it when I was in. I look back upon it fondly now. I've had a lot of good friends from it, but you don't do that. But I know so many people that do. I went to a reunion. I was 2 or 3 years ago, and one of the guys that was in the unit that I was in, uh, that was a real piece of shit back then. He's telling stories about things that happened, and as I'm listening to him, I'm realizing he's telling me stories that didn't happen to him, but happened to other people. Um, and I'm like, I'm sure that, back home, wherever he is, he's probably been telling this shit for, you know, 20, 30 years. And it's just, it's not right. And so there you go. And I have myself uh, one medal, but they give that out to, I think, pretty much everybody. Um, so it's not a big deal. But what does happen is, as you get away from your military service, you tend to look back on it more and more fondly because uh, the military is very consistent in the way that it runs, and life is scheduled, life is organized, and uh, not a lot happens outside of uh, on a daily basis. I'm not talking about battles and stuff, but most of the life that you live, very consistent, very organized, very unlike civilian life, and things tend to make more sense. So um, the longer they're away from that, no matter how much they disliked it or whatever, the more and more it becomes a part of their life. And for a lot of guys, they were what's the word that I'm looking for? Guys were in for 4 years, and I know guys 60 years old. You're in for 4 years. 4 years is a very small part of your life, and yet that's the only thing they talk about. So I I I got really annoyed when I saw that today. It just totally pissed me off. But what are you gonna do? Uh, like Joey Diaz on Rogan. I want to go back to somebody said something about Rogan, and if you can do it, if you can steal valor in a way that's funny, if you do it right, um, maybe maybe, um, but I just I didn't mean to be serious, but it's it's just I don't know, man. I just lose my fucking thing. No, Buck Sergeant Schmuel, that was me. Um, so uh, did you smoke cigs and hang out in the trenches? And I was in the Air Force. I had a very cushy time. So um, that was me, and
So was my pops.
took a mint diggity. LOL. Um,
My
I
dad
took a
came to this
moment of
country.
silence. I understand. Go ahead,
First
man.
thing he
What?
did was fucking. My dad came to this country, worked the fucking, bought a busted ass catering truck. Had my grandmother and her sister work it every fucking morning, 5 o'clock, pick them up. Sold it after I think 5 years. Went into the fucking Air Force. Served his 2 years. His there's a card somewhere out there about the draft, and September 14th, his birthday, is amongst the first to be drafted. I've gone back and tried to look for this card, and it always shows a different date than September 14th. But I'm telling you, there's a Vietnam draft card out there that shows September, which is his day as the first birthday to be drafted annually. So worked out, I
Yeah,
guess.
but if he went in the Air Force, he enlisted.
He did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, the Air
enlist.
Force has the only people the Air Force has ever drafted are doctors. They've never drafted anyone else.
I
So
have a quick doctor story. You want to hear one very quickly?
tidbit.
Okay, very
Sure.
quickly. So my uncle, 85 years old. He was born in Jerusalem, but that's a different story. Back when it was Jordan. Okay, he's worked for Boeing for years. He retired like 10 years ago. When the pandemic happened, they asked him to come back because in that 5 years, they literally lost all the people who can do anything, apparently, or everybody who they recruited was garbage. So he had to come in, knock some heads together. Guy had heart surgeries, doing work from home. 85, still driving to El Segundo. Anyway, okay. So back in the day, maybe like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, he went to. Boeing would put on these employee cruises, but it includes everybody. It's not just Boeing employees. It's like contractors and everything. So at his table, they're eating like a nice lobster dinner, and at his table is one of the guys that was working the airlines for the Doctors Without Borders. Okay, so they do it on 747, and they donate the 747. Boeing donates it to Doctors Without Borders, and they do fucking surgeries on the planes. And there's different ones. There's a heart one. There's a fucking eye one. Blah blah. So the eye surgery one wanted to land in Armenia to come do free surgeries for everybody. And when they landed, they're about to leave, and they fucking hit them with a bill of like $30,000. And they wouldn't let them leave until they paid it. So they fucking had to pay them. They had to sit there and fucking pay. They came and did 800 surgeries in 4 days for free for just Armenians that wanted to do it. They just stood in line. And now the regime is different. It's not like gangsters running Armenia anymore. It's like now it's democratic gangsters, but I guess in some ways it's better.
That's an amazing story. Just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, back in God, I don't know.
Some might say it was amazing.
Yeah,
Hey.
15 years ago, a bunch of people got letters. Old guys got letters from the government offering to that you could come back into the military. There were like 50-year-old men who were medics and stuff going back in, and they would work in hospitals and places like that. So I don't know what the deal was. I don't know how they got paid. I don't know that stuff, but I do know that they were doing that. So pretty interesting. But what your story brings up, David, is the story of the pipeline in Texas that shit the bed, right? So this pipeline in Texas shits the bed. I think it was like a natural gas pipeline.
Okay.
And everything had been transferred over to computers, and all the people that work there had never actually worked on the pipeline. They didn't understand the valves. They, it was, everything had gone tech and whatever. Anyway, the fucking pipeline shit the bed, and gas was building up, and it was going. I don't know whether it was going to blow up or whether people just weren't getting gas service. But they had to bring back like old retirees because those are the only guy that understood the mechanics of how the pipeline operated. These guys had no idea, all the schooling in the world, and they're replaced by, a couple of high school graduates that learned how to do it through doing.
No, they had 30 plus years of life experience, which is why.
Exactly. Exactly. Donate your $3,900 here. Oh, by the way, speaking of
Before it's too late, because there's only 10 slots open.
Speaking of, yeah, and speaking of your only 10 slots, and what a success that guy. He's this. I got a text from him the other day, or a DM telling me that that he was a legend and I needed to respect him because he built the Dabbleverse. And I had to laugh because I looked today before I came on here. He's had like 4 or 5 streams this week, and not one of them has broken 500 views.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
So much for being a legend. No, it's fine. It's 4 or 5. It's respectable. It's just that he
needs to like make some money by throwing more weddings in his backyard.
Yeah, he should. He really should. Yeah. What do you call it? That would be great.
But yeah, it's Joey C's event planning.
He should
bar mixing, and shoe repair.
He ought to do a Crowder though. Like, and you know how Crowder used to sit out with the table like and say, "Tell me I'm wrong."
Ask me anything.
Tell me I'm wrong. Yeah. And Joey C ought to sit out there and go, the mafia was great for the country. Tell me why I'm wrong.
I'm not a criminal. Change my mind. It'll be the shortest change my mind ever.
Yes, he was very pissed off.
All right. Stop changing my mind. Next. How'd you find out about this? How the fuck did you find out about this?
The one I saw today was he wanted to sue somebody for defamation because they called him a career criminal. So I just, oh my God.
Well, look, if you like Joey C and you like me, you can, and you like Jake Hudson, for only 99 cents a month, you can become a member at youtube.com/David Sarah. With that membership, you can find clips like the fight that nobody cared about, me versus Joey C, when I obliterated him on Jake Hudson's show, back when Jake and I used to be friends. But he blocked me. So, which is actually has done my spam filters like, oh my God, thank you. Oh my god, thank you. Oh, I couldn't fucking take that anymore. Oh my god, thank you for getting blocked by Jake Hudson, David. I did my spam filter. This is solid. Thank you very much. So
I have been on Jake Hudson's show one time, and I
was
was
it 2 a.m.?
I was snaked into it. Um, back maybe
Was it
last
2
year.
a.m. or 7 a.m.?
No, it was like middle of the afternoon. I
Ah,
was
okay. Those gems.
on Thanksgiving Day. I got a
Right, of
I got a
course.
DM from one Liam McEnany saying, "Here's a
Oh.
link," and I thought Liam wanted to go on. And at the time, I was trying to like converse with Liam, and I hit the link, and sure enough, I thought it was going to be like a quick hello. It was Jake Hudson's Thanksgiving Day stream. So, all
Wow.
right, let's go with
Every day is Thanksgiving's Day with him.
this is definitely a plan,
Cataplano.
Stallion. Cataplano nuptials. Okay,
Wow.
it's
Always scheming.
train
Joseph Schemilano.
train noises. You
Scheming
know, right?
Joey.
But you,
Scheming.
yeah, I just pictured with Joey, you'll have like, you'll always, if it was a good marriage, you'll always have fond memories of the train horn. And if it was a shit
Joey Two
marriage,
Schemes.
um, a shit marriage,
Joey
you'll
Double
always hate it.
Scams.
Cool. Ah,
I'm
our friend
workshopping. I'm
Avarizer.
workshopping.
Don't badmouth my Jake. We're not badmouthing Jake. We like Jake.
I'm bad
Well,
mouthing him. I'm sending goons after him. I'm sending auditors to come make sure that the foundation of his.
I know. I I like Jake, and I saw the Adam Bush
We
interview
all
with Jake
like
at some
Jake.
point, and I thought Adam did a mitzvah going on there.
No,
So
here's the thing. Here, by the way, the reason. Here's the thing. Nobody is above criticism and or being shit on for the sake of being funny. And Jake, for the most part, can roll with the punches. The problem is Jake takes everybody's advice in the immediate time that it's being told of him. So if I tell him Joey's fucking with you, don't don't let him rope you into a scheme of trying to sue Melton for AI voices. If you don't really like the AI voices, what you do is you ask Melton very nicely in a professional email or whatever the fuck you have to do, like, please, it's this blah blah blah. Can you just, and then it's done. Thinking you're gonna sue and then blah 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 and is gonna make the matters okay, but then the problem is I tell him that and then he's like, oh yeah, that's great, David, you're probably right about that. And then the problem is Joey right after him goes, no, this is a great idea, and then Joey super tips, and then I'm the one who gets blocked because of. But then you block me because that makes sense.
I know, but
I'm
you're
just
happy
saying
you got
that's
blocked. Like, isn't that wasn't that your
no,
eventual
but
goal?
no, that's what I'm
Anyway,
saying. But like, we all love Jake, but Jake's not above being shit on. You
okay,
want to be in the world, this world, you must be shit on.
I got
And you gotta like like a Saudi prince, you know.
Hey, TV's Will Heron. What's up, Schmuel? Hey, Will. Hey, Will. You got here at just the right time. Um, I am going to first put up Avaraza, who says about Jake, he'll do what he wants, what he has to do when he wants to do it, and I agree with that. But let's go back to my TV's Will Heron. What's up, Schmuel? So Monday night, I had a chat with a lawyer friend in Ohio because I was wondering. Gino's going. Gino and Keanu, who I keep calling Gianu, are planning to head to Minnesota for the Steel Toe anniversary event. Um, and I was wondering, is there any like I wouldn't go there after having like talk shit about the judges and dissing on the subpoena and all that other stuff. Um, and I was like wondering um, what legal like are they in legal jeopardy? Are they risking anything by going to Minnesota? And particularly since Aaron's case is still open and the sentencing hasn't begun, And I'm gonna interrupt the talk for 1 second. Dave, your internet keeps crapping out a little bit. You're freezing and then coming back.
No, what that is your computer dying. I can see
mm,
it every time you go into the studio mode. Resources you have in the running in the background plus whatever's going on here is because
if
I'm
you say
fine on my end and you keep
okay,
stuttering. I think,
no,
and
well,
my
okay,
internet does show slow here though, actually.
but
So you might
on,
be right.
but on, all right, but on our YouTube stream, I keep moving and you keep freezing. So,
Okay,
all
okay.
right. Um,
So it
in
is
any
my
event,
internet.
so right, F Lee DeVito. Um, no, I just was like, I was wondering. So, like, I don't think that subpoena was ever served. So it's not like they, did anything wrong. I mean, they just talk shit. Um, but I was wondering, what I was really wondering about more than criminal was civil. But I'll address the criminal first, which is um, if they think that they might go to trial with Aaron in October, they could serve Keanu and Gino a subpoena while they're in Minnesota. And if they get served while they're in Minnesota, they're not going to be able to back out of it because since they're served in the state, uh, by contract, New York State would have to get involved. It's not the way it was before, based upon what this attorney told me. So that would be interesting. It's Dave. It's fun. It's watching you like the old moon landing missions.
I think it's. I lowered the quality of my camera. This might help.
Okay. So yeah, that was like so that was one thing. Whether Minnesota will do it or not, I have no idea. But I do wonder, and this kind of came up in the conversation. Um, let's say all the talking shit that somebody's done has uh caused somebody to want to file a civil lawsuit for like defamation or something like that. Um, and if they get served while they're in Minnesota, they'd have to fight the service uh, in Minnesota. You can't fight the service out of state. So that would be from, if my notes are correct, jurisdiction and venue. You'd say that it was the wrong jurisdiction and the wrong venue, but you'd actually have to go and prove that. It would be like Stuttering John going to California or from California. You're in, right? Um, like Stuttering John
Hopefully it's good.
hiding in his house or whatever and saying he's a resident of California. It doesn't really matter where you're a resident of when it's that comes to that, it gets served. So I can't wait. I want to see if they go there and I want to see if any civil suits happen. Because I think it would be fucking hilarious if they went there and got served. That that's got to be the best. That's got to be the best thing that's going to happen. That'll keep the Dabbleverse going for another 6 months. With
I guess, but this has been this Southern John has said this many a time, so I'm not confident.
said what?
But just talking about lawsuits in general.
Yeah, but these are actual ones that have happened. I'm not talking about
Oh,
you know, uh, the
okay.
the Aaron trial is
Oh,
the Aaron thing
yeah, Aaron. I mean,
is going to court. I mean, it's in court. It's scheduled for resentencing.
yeah,
If
you
they
got
can't
the
negotiate a
HRO
plea
on
deal
Nick
before then,
now, and it's a
huh?
different count. You got the HRO on Nick, and it's a different county too. Well, we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, I'd love to see like April sue him for saying she's a crack whore and this and that and the other thing, and
Jimmy crack whore, and I don't care. April
and
crack whore, and I don't
Aaron
care.
having to defend it. It would be Gino having to defend it. It would be great. I get this so wrong. I generally tend to focus on something, but when I'm with David, it can be hard sometimes.
Yeah, I turn a basket of cats into another basket of cats. I
It, it
turn
is
every
def
cat within a basket of cats.
it is definitely hurting cats. But the internet thing is weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to fix it in real time. So continue.
No, 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 it's cool. I just uh maybe I'm just trying to stir shit up. I don't really know, but I get the feeling that going to Minnesota is not going to be without consequence for these guys. Just my perfect belief um, on this, because I hope Ricada bankrupts Toe and Gino. And I realize the reason why I can't. One of the reasons why I don't get clipped is because I use the wrong word all the time. But that's neither here. Who doesn't love it when Gino pontificates? Oh yeah, if you think that Steel Toe couldn't keep his mouth shut during legal stuff, wait till Gino has something happen to him. He'll be all
All
over
right.
it.
I don't know. Let me know if it's better or not. I don't know.
Yeah, you just froze again, but that's all right.
It's so weird. I don't know.
Yeah,
Everything looks
and
great on my side.
here we go with the Oshood. Um, so I someone's got to explain to me at some point why the I get the people that like to build these end towers in the chat, and
Okay.
like
When you mention him,
no, I'm just asking but it's not it I watch it on other channels and other streams and stuff, and
he
I always
almost got
wonder.
away with it too.
I
He
oh
forgot
yeah
the R.
I
Oh, he got
I
the R
I
in.
he did get
Damn
the
it.
R, but I wonder
Damn
what
it.
what do you get, like, do you get
We're
something out
talking
of that?
about it. That's what you get out of it.
Oh, so I shouldn't have said anything, is what you're saying.
No, you encourage it. Tell him to write spick now.
Oh, cool. Leo Gunn.
Shorter.
Yeah. Yep. And I probably could have gotten away with that if you hadn't, like, really just helped,
Got
because
away with
now
what?
Ozone says Schmuel wants everyone to do it, guys.
God, you guys are fucking. You're now. You're just like, every time someone does it, you always go, go with these N-word tower people. It's like, all right, block him here. Done.
I did
There,
already.
he's gone. No, he's gone.
Okay.
He's gone. You already
Yeah,
did.
I did.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'm doing it for longer. Super
I
timeout.
oh, I tried to do the when I saw
Good.
the end
There you
the
go.
in the eye. They'll be signing back in. It's the old days of when
Yeah, it's Doom probably.
numero uno Josh Jenny fan used to not
No, don't you dare talk about numero Josh anything like that.
when he used to come after you all the time.
Or Frank.
Back before he loved you.
Don't you
And
dare.
now Frank loves you. All right.
I did
So
that. I'm not tough guy Dave here, Stallings. That's me. I'm in force. You can come to youtube.com/Dave Sarah, or you go to supertips.gg and go to my name, and you can do all the N towers in there as you want, dude. But you know what I'm not gonna allow G's in my chat anymore. Any word that has the letter G in it is done.
that would be interesting.
Yeah.
So you'd be we Dave. Something like that. Instead of tough guy Dave, it'd be
Right.
we Dave.
That's correct.
Trying to keep up there. So
Good.
there we go. All right.
Thanks, Stevie.
Let's rock and roll. So that's my Geno thing, and I really thought that it was going to what's the word that I'm looking for? Draw more attention, but I guess it didn't. So there you go. Just trying to start a little trouble, and I wasted a lot of time. So apparently, I wasted a lot of that guy's time, but I did get good answers on many things that are going on in the Dabbleverse, and 99% of all of the lawsuits and stuff, like, you are correct, are all bullshit. And the most recent one, the Stuttering John sending the cease and desist to Shuley and Carl, that went nowhere. And
No. Stuttering John calls him the cease and assist.
the cease and assist. Somebody, I know used to call him season resist, but it just it wasn't really that funny. All right. So in 15 minutes, we're gonna wrap this up. With
5-0.
1-5 with
Oh,
Copro. Well, you said you couldn't come on because you had a stream, so I was
oh,
getting
I
off
don't.
so you
Oh, I
could.
don't care. No, no, no. Don't get
All
off
right,
because of me.
all right. Coprophilia,
Oh
coprophilia.
yeah. Okay. Let's talk about
All right.
Coprophilia.
A word when looked up on Microsoft Copilot says it's a word that it cannot discuss. Um, Shockingly enough. And coprophilia is a paraphilia or sexual interest characterized by sexual arousal and gratification derived from feces or the act of defecation. It's also known by the slang term scat. Coprophilia can involve various behaviors, including fixation on the smell or sight of feces, engaging in activities with feces, or using it as a means of sexual arousal. Um, this is, uh, according to Karmic X, this is what Quad and Pat and I like to engage in. And he really can't stop talking about it. And I've become convinced that he must be totally fascinated by it. So I was going to put those guys together, and we were happy to send him our shit, whether it be mixed or individual. But it's time that my friend Karmic got boxes of shit from Schmuel. So uh, there we go. I don't know where he lives. Um, I don't know, but I'm sure that there's got to be a way to send shit through the mail. And uh, Leo Gunn wants to know, does Shmuel and Dave walk in the Valley of Men, though? That's the real question.
I walk in the Valley of Menthols.
Ha ha ha.
I walk in the Valley of Ben.
Gotcha. Gotcha. The Valley of Men
And
seems.
Chad, instead of the Just for Men for the brush that he uses, he's like, yeah, I don't know, I just get this brush and it like makes my hair go from gray to something or other. It goes from gray to like less gray. And then Brennan goes, so it's hair dye. He goes, no, it's just a brush. It's like, yeah, it's hair dye. Yeah. And I was in my head thinking, oh, it's just for Ben. But I like the Valley of Menthols.
Okay. Wow. That was
Black
a lot.
men. Get it?
No, it's hard. It's hard. I'm struggling, but we'll do it. He probably has the just for him Dollar Tree knockoff, and Karmic sounds like
Yeah.
a just for him kind of guy. So I had said I would leave. I wouldn't talk about Karmic, but I can't help myself.
Let's do it, baby.
He's
B.
no, he's
Arthur,
just
dude.
I
Look at
I don't really
Karmic.
I don't
Yeah.
really watch them that much, but I people send me shit all the time because apparently a favorite show topic for him, and he really dislikes me, and
Great.
it's such a weird odd behavior, but oh
It's a lot of people.
if
I
I
agree with
believed in a
him.
God, I would pray that he and Felicia get in a relationship, because
Right.
that is going to be the greatest bust up
Dude,
of
the
all
Valley of
time.
Men means the seemingly unending stream of pussy juice. Wow, that's like, can God make a boulder even he can't move? Wow. I don't know what will happen. It might be the end of times, World War V. But Karmic, I'm telling you, Karmic has the same eyes, same nose, and same lips as B. Arthur. Look it up.
Yeah, but
Conspiracy theory.
you still think that Hackright is Carl, so it's like your judgment
Hey, I
in these
mean, it got
areas may
Hackright to
not be
talk
the
about me,
best.
didn't it?
Huh?
It got Hackright to talk about me, didn't it? Now I didn't listen to it, but he messaged me, said that you messaged me too, saying that he was talking about me, right? Yeah, so I think I did my job.
Yeah, well, I do you a favor. Every time somebody talks about you, I send you a text right away. So luckily, it's only about once a month. But
And then you fucking crashed out on me when I didn't go along with, I don't know, your little ploy to talk about some fucking grift carrying or whatever the fuck you called it. I didn't go along with your little work or whatever you're trying to get me to say, whatever, something. I don't remember what it was. And what happened? Next day you showed up on fucking MLC and all the people who hate Kevin loved you. So worked
yeah,
out.
I yeah, I look. It's easy to hate Kevin. Kevin. So um, off track for a
It's easy
second.
to love you.
But Kevin, that thing with Kevin where the guy put his hands on me. Did you ever notice that Kevin always,
Kind of
always,
downplayed it a little bit if you ask me.
he's, but he's, it's always because it's a problem that he created. I know he rides his bike. He could just as easily ride in the street as he can on the sidewalk.
He
But
was riding on the. Oh yeah, yeah.
that's
He's
what I
riding on the
mean. He was
sidewalk.
riding on the sidewalk. The guy's trying to walk his kids to school. He doesn't want to hit with the bike. And
Right.
I've only seen Kevin ride a couple of times, but I will say he does not appear to me to be a person that pays attention to the road in front of him.
He's got the
Guys,
yellow helmet on. How can he?
but he's always looking. Like
He's paying
he's
attention.
always trying to figure it around.
He's looking left and right, never in
All
front
right,
of him.
I want to get back to this.
All right, let's get back to it.
Nasty Neil, did you ever think you would be the subject of detailed homoerotic fan fiction, Schmuel? No, I never did, and at first I was honored by it, but now it's like it's really gone from fan fiction, I think, to like he's exposing his inner self. He's like fantasizing about it, and I find that a little creepy.
Shut
That
up.
yeah, he what what can I tell you?
Shut up, Schmuel. Shut up, Schmuel.
It's pretty good.
I surprise you every now and then.
Well, you always look surprised is the problem.
I know. I get the. I've been getting a lot of the bug-eyed comments.
Yeah, you got your old Biden over there.
Yeah, I see. Anyway, I liked Karmic in the beginning. I thought that he is talented, but he definitely does seem to be in some kind of
Talented.
death
The fuck does
spiral.
that even mean?
Because it's like over the last, how long has he been around? Like,
Talented
2
in
months?
What, bro? Lull cowing. You either got to keep lulling, or you get milked, baby. That's it. I was talking about this the other day. Okay, I'm not popular. I'm not funny enough to get the good people to send me money, and I'm not low cow enough to get the bad people to send me money. I'm mid. Okay, fine. But I'd rather be mid than Karmic or Chad. Like, though, that you are at this point. Lull cow stat. What did beloved chatter say about Ray? Always disappointing, never disappoints.
Yeah. All right. And Leo Gunn has a very good point, which is wrap it up, boys. Karmic X is live. So yeah, let's all, however, I will figure out a way to send it to for me, guys, and I'll be more than happy to send Karmic X
Remove
some of
that
my
fucking
shit.
post. Don't be fucking coming in here and fucking promoting other people's streams. That's your last warning. Leo
I
Gunn.
actually, yeah, he got a private chat from me asking him to do that. But as KB says, we're losing steam, and I don't want Kevin Brennan to
That's even
go.
gayer.
Hey, you're on with Dave Sauer for 3 hours. What is that? What is that? You know.
He sent me the link. He was going to send me the link today to go on with chat, but I was eating oysters during happy hour. I didn't even drink. I was going to, but I decided I had to come home and make dinner. Essentially, is the reason I didn't drink. But the oysters were bomb. Chad's retarded, and tomorrow I'm gonna bust a Karmic X, and I'm gonna text KB to send me the link tomorrow. This fucking shit anymore. I'm sick of these fucking people trying to climb over me. Get the fuck out of here. All right, I've been sucking KB's dick for way too long to let Karmic X the fuck out of here. I'll fuck Felicia. Faggot.
Karmic does the other day, right? He comes on and he's all pissed off about Kevin and I'm not taking this shit anymore. And then with Kevin, he's just a pussy cat. He just lets Kevin just roll all over him, and there's nothing he can do. Schmuel with the Whalers hat. I live in Connecticut. Haven't seen one of those in a while. It took me. I had to actually seek it out and find it. I really like this hat, and then I couldn't find it forever because the missus took it and put it in her stack of hats, and then put it in.
Dude, why is my internet dying? All right, I don't know who's back or not. I don't know if my internet's dead or his internet's dead. Okay. I can't hear you anymore. Fuck. I don't know if it's me or. Hold on. Let me check
right.
my stream.
Anyway, you reached back and touched something, and then everything went to shit.
No, I did it after it froze. It froze up on me. It froze up on me, and it froze. I did that because it froze up on me.
Oh. I like Clearwater Chad. And
I liked him today on Chad's show when he was actually acting like Clearwater Chad, which is like the character of the person that's either in Scientology and escaping Scientology, or like escaping, like helping people to escape Scientology or covering it or whatever. But like the idea of like a character that covers or like tries to help people escape from the cult becomes part of the cult. That what he was saying today. No. We got to do what he says. We got to. No. He's the boss. We're gonna do. I'm like, oh shit. I like this performance. That's 100%. This is all an act, which is great. I love it. I'm here for it.
I like Clearwater's coming on Saturday
But
night.
he doesn't deserve any money or any more stage time on MLC than I do.
Scunny Schmuel went to the ghost party. I invented the ghost party. I'm the original. I'm the original ghost. I am the Grim Reaper's Reaper.
Yeah.
And
it's the ghost. It's your party.
Skinny Karmic laughs and nods his head on MLC. He's awful on
He's
there.
a fucking water painting.
Yeah, he's coward.
Oh yeah, you got that right, Kevin.
I do listen. I got to admire a guy who can talk so much shit about me and have me blocked everywhere and be afraid to talk to me and say he'd love to confront me, but he can't because he's a pussy. But
Chad Zumock.
Chad has also
no wonder Chad likes Karmic so much.
Blocked me. Chad doesn't like Karmic.
Yeah, of course he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
Because Karmic. Nah, man, Karmic.
Yep.
No, Chad and Joey C both can't stand Karmic because Karmic is taking their heat. You know, those guys,
bro.
You know, hey, you can definitely.
That's fucking Tiger Heat is what that shit is.
You can definitely see that Chad put, what do you call it? That not Chad, Joey C came back early from his self-imposed sabbatical solely because Karmic was getting all that heat, and Joey thinks he's entitled to it.
Who came back? Chad came back because
no.
Karmic?
Joey C.
Oh, Joey. No, did he really? Come on, I wouldn't have you put that together at all, unless you. Does he mention it? I didn't even think he ever mentioned it. But I don't watch Joey. I'm not even subscribed to his or Chad's channel.
I'm not subscribed.
I'm subscribed from Karmic X too because fucking it's mucking up my feed, dude. Get off me.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know that I'm subscribed to Karmic X. I don't ever see him. But Carmask, Schmuel has me blocked on X. I don't really have that many people blocked, so I would be surprised. I'm a real fan of the mute button, though. I will say that. Somebody on here put, oh, here we go, Skinny, which is dumb because KB has him on, speaking of karmics, to be a locale and entertain us with his idiocy.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
I get it.
but
So that just means I got to be funnier than his low calorie,
I don't know that.
which I'm not sure I can be. So we might have lost, boys. I need you to super chat him tomorrow. I'm gonna be on, but when I'm on, I need you to super chat him.
I'm not going to engage in any of your works.
It's not a
What do you
work.
call it? It totally threw me there, but it's okay. Karmic is like he's afraid of KB is what gave Karmic all those views, right? Karmic definitely got the KB bump. Whether or not he still needs it, I don't know, but I think he thinks he needs it because he's not going to back down from it. But really, you can look at Karmic from a month ago and then watch him now, and you can see like this shit's taken like a physical toll on the guy. His voice has gone to shit. His moods have gone to shit. His
Arthur.
mannerisms are all fucked up.
B. Arthur.
Yeah, B. Arthur. Where the fuck did you get B. Arthur from? Of all the
eyes,
people on the planet.
The nose and the lips, even the face structure. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
All right. Is it me or is there Dave the only person on the planet that thinks that Karmic looks like B. Arthur? Yeah. I'll get back there. Noga. He also had the Crown Royal bump. Yeah, he did. Well, one of the great things he did was getting drunk and going after Taz, and crying about her and being such a pussy was definitely a winner because it got like the beta males and a lot of the chicks wanting to fix him, and it got a lot of the other guys wanting to laugh at him. So there we go. Max P says, and you guys feel free, somebody fucking super tip me just so I can beg because I want to get on I just want to be on a 24-hour leaderboard. I've been on it twice. I need 3 in a row. The wife's out there, so I've slipped into some of her knickers and one of her peekaboo bras, enjoying stream. Now that's a guy from the Valley of Men. So there you go. Karmic is apparently alive. You'd fit in really well over there. Well, B. Arthur isn't a face I've really memorized. I know, but he did pick somebody from like who's been dead for 30 years. So there we go. And Nasty Neil's asking if Carmask is blocked by me. If that's the name, who knows? Neil, is the song sequel to Ghost Party any good? Be honest, does it suck? Ghost Party is like his one and only, I think, for me. That's like it'll be a one-hit wonder. So there we go. Yes, Happy. He said knickers. Gino. So in any event, David, that's pretty much all I've got. Why don't you pin the link for Super Chats? Because I'm an idiot. I forgot to do it. I totally forgot to do it. That's why. That is the reason. And I don't know if I can put it in here. I might be able to. Dave, you're supposed to be my producer. You're supposed to check on this shit for me. But you don't. And you're frozen, so that's pretty cool. All right. It is pinned. Let's hope it works, because God only knows whether it's going to work or not. Carmask. Okay. I guess your YouTube name is Carmask. I'll have to take a look at it. You have not popped up on my radar. And lately, we've been getting a lot of the really good karmic stuff has been coming out from Brandon Deft. I really like Deft, and he he's a good egg, and he makes great stuff. And I also want to talk nice to him because I need an audio clip. I have a new audio clip that I'm going to use as a show opener, and I need it cut down a little bit. And let us see if I can actually pull it up because it's pretty cool, and I might run with it tonight as I'm leaving. So, fuck. Uh, the original, I did some cutting of it myself, and so of course it's a disaster, but I think it's going to be pretty awesome when we get it done. But I'll probably play it later on as we leave. All right, guys. Yeah, Deft is a good man. He clipped my karmic impression. Deft is awesome. He's great, and there's the traditionals, the Dooms and the Stallions and the So Thorough Joe Burrows and those guys. But it was really cool, and that was great. And
Yeah. Oh, I'm not here anymore. Am I
Schmuel
here? I
Buckman, you
am
got
here.
25 people viewing. Quit begging. I was begging when I had 3 people viewing.
Yeah. I tried to do a little thing between B. Arthur and Karmic X, but there's no pictures of them, so it's hard to. I'm not gonna go through a YouTube video and snip it and snip it again, but you get the idea. Go look at B. Arthur.
Abba.
Deft is cool.
Deft, yeah, and
Bro, go on.
he may be. I was listening to him one
First of all,
day,
there's a
and
fucking latency, you motherfucker. Every time we accidentally talk to each other, you don't have to drop your head in fucking silence. Go fuck yourself.
I managed to piss off Dave Sauer, ladies and gentlemen. Deft is weird. I disagree with what do you call it? With Deft. Deft's very heavy into the conspiracy theories and that bullshit. But I don't know a lot about him outside of that. I've seen his stream a couple of times. So Dave actually fucking bailed, which is pretty funny. So and I can't. I have. Wow, this is interesting. So I can't seem to get him. We'll do it this way. How's that? There's our live preview, and I really like Dave. Noga Schmuel is a name. It's a real name, and I promise you that it was not found. Avarizer, I feel like he is cool, but we will find out he went on a schizo murder spree at a synagogue. Listen, that's a risk with anybody in this. That's a risk with anybody in this universe, right? That's like the joke about why Karmic was let go from his corporate job. They just, they knew he was going to come in one day and shoot up the place, so that didn't fit in with their corporate attitude. And Chris, yes, that is a Hartford Royalist hat. Thank you for bringing it up. I am not into that either, but Deft is a good guy. No, he's a good guy, but I have a feeling like some of these guys you could probably talk to, and if you ask them questions about these conspiracy theories, maybe they would think. But I'm always believe that a lot of these guys are into these conspiracy theories. They just hear them and then they just keep repeating them, and they're not like old Schmuel here that says, "Oh, where did they come from?" and where do we look at? And like a lot of the this Epstein stuff this week, sometimes the reason why shit never comes out is because maybe it didn't exist in the first place. But that's not as much fun as thinking that people are hiding things and whatnot. Did you steal the name from Rabbi Shmuel Buttman? No, I've had Shmuel a long, long time before but it was Buttman, right? He was like the big cheese at the Lubavitchers, I think. Obviously, because the same name we get there. Um, but Epstein he knew a lot about stuff. I read Bob Barr's book about the investigation into Epstein's death, and it makes I I hate to say it. I mean, they may just be fucking playing us, but it made it made total sense how it happened, and um, that's why I think it's a lie. Um, oh yeah, so all right, so uh, Shmuel Buttman was a big time rabbi in the Lubavitchers, right? Correct. The Hasids over in Brooklyn. Um, and Rabbi Shmuley Botek, who doesn't have any stuff on his channel that's like less than, I don't know, I can't tell you how many years old, is the guy that sells sex toys he's got a sex shop or something now. Um, Fireworks, gunshots, and or lightning going on around here. Um, the tunnel shoes. What's kind of funny about that is that the Hamas are notorious. They have like one of the uh, most advanced tunnel systems in the world underneath the West Bank, and these Jewish kids built a tunnel to go into an old mikveh. So I'm laughing because that's what everybody thinks now. There we go. Leo Gunn, uh, him and his daughters own a sex toy shop in Tel Aviv. Yes, and he was Cory Booker when Cory Booker was the mayor of Newark. He was like Cory's spiritual mentor. Um, maybe even more from what I know. But I do know he has a YouTube channel because somebody looked it up, and uh, what do you call it? Uh, I somebody told me about it. I looked it up, but I couldn't find anything that was old. That wasn't old on it. And he's also something happened with him, and I don't remember what it was because he was really popular, like on the Dr. Phil shit and whatnot. And there was something I don't know. There was something that happened that sort of minimized his star. I don't know what it was, or maybe they just when Booker became senator, they asked him to do it. Avarizer. To be clear, I'm pro-Palestinian Muslim-born leftist, and I'm saying this cocksucker's got a Jewish problem. Um, are we talking about Deft, or are we talking about me? Um, so I, but whatever. Um, I don't know Ava, so I certainly don't. Um, but that's it, kids. All right. The numbers are starting to dwindle. So I think uh, me leaving is probably the best part, but I'll stick a couple of minutes because I never like to leave with an unanswered question. Um, oh, Botek is a Mondo perv. That's what I thought. I I feel like he left like the US public thing sometime like I don't know, Me Too time thing, but I, I'm not 100%. Ava was great on WATP um, when she trashed Chrissy. Poor Carl didn't know what to say. Um, Ava, you can back me up on this. I don't know if they asked you before me, but I did send Ava a DM a while ago saying that I wanted um, to have her on to talk about Chrissy because I was super annoyed. I'll get back to you in a second. I was super, Chrissy, has always been like labeled as a grifter. And then there was a question, I think it was on the Adam Bush show about it. And Chrissy was like, basically like, yeah, I don't care about the people. It's all business. I'm making my thumbnails for business. And I thought it was kind of a pretty shitty thing to do, but I have not yet heard Ava on WATP, so I want to do it. Yeah, Israel built those tunnels. That's why are so high tech. Uh, I don't think so. I don't think Israel built them. I think I'm wrong. I'm talking about Ava. I don't know if you guys picked it. There's a story in New York about Jewish students that dug a tunnel because they were fighting with a school. So they dug a tunnel to get into an old mikveh. Um, and the pictures in the paper and whatnot were them crawling with the big hats out of the tunnel. And that's where the Schmuel tunnel people come from. Oh, see, this is late. Deft. There we go. Look, these people don't have. I don't know. I'm always going to give those guys a talking to first, but I will say that every one of these guys hates the Jews until they need a really good doctor or a really good lawyer, and then all of a sudden they're able to reconcile their hate. So fuck 'em. All right. Uh, all right, Leo Gunn. All right. Abba, good at analyzing people, better than the Snorcerer. Abba, have you and well, you guys and Abba, well, Jesus, Abba, I'm sorry. Abba and Adam were probably on together, so um, that would be interesting. It might be interesting to have the both of them on interviewing somebody else. Um, but I have to listen to the Abba Chrissy Meyer thing. Or Mayer. I've never been a fan of Chrissy, but she was one of Pat's old girlfriends, and Pat's told me that she was very funny and charming. And I've never seen it, and I didn't know enough about her to make a judgment. Um, oh fuck! I did say to come on tonight. Jesus Christ! I am so sorry. I apologize. Oh my God. Hey man, I I could certainly go another hour if you'd like it. I apologize, Ava. I thought I fucked up. I looked at my schedule. I thought I was all alone. I even put in my description it was a solo stream because no, I couldn't find anybody. And Dave came in. Um, so they did look it up. And Ava, I apologize. I'd like to give you your own forum. So if Tuesday works, that would be great. If you'd like a link now, I'm happy to do that. Just let me know. And I'm so sorry. Um, I didn't think we confirmed it, and I apologize. So, but the great Alvareza, Avi, you've been good on everything that I've seen, and I'm not ball washing, but the one thing that I did see that I really enjoyed was uh, you making Final Boss um, look like the complete asshole that he was. Um, it amazes me, and all you did was you let him talk, and you just sort of turned the stuff around on him, um, and it was great. And he wound up at the end of the night deleting deleting his identity. He's back now because I think he's big in the karmic sphere. But you did do a great job. So Scooney, I wonder what you could be talking about. Um, and oh my God, every time I see a Chrissy Mirror, somebody do something with a horse, I always like I have to stop myself from um, putting in like Chrissy looks great, but I I shouldn't do that. All right, all right, guys. As you can tell, I'm fucking fading. I need to eat some dinner, and I'll DM you after this, and 1,000 apologies. And that is basically about it, ladies and gentlemen. We are out of here. All right. Carl said she's stunning for some reason. I look. It's not new. Um, it's not new that Carl does not like to trash his friends. I mean, look at how long it took him to do the steel toe thing. And then when steel toe was obviously, should have obviously been a target for WATP, he turned it over to Christian Blatt and Brian Johnson, and it really stuck. Cool. Ava, can we do, can you give me like 15 minutes? And I don't have a super chat. I don't have, I'm not monetized. I do, there was a super tip, and I do not have anything from you. Not that that's shocking, because my super tip thing has been completely fucked up. We got one super tip, and I want to, I'll share a little secret with you guys. So I was number 10, I think, on the super tips um, on Tuesday night, and I got one super tip for $8. So I don't know what that says about the rest of the people, but there we go. So I'm going to end it, and then we may be back with Ava. I'm going to DM her right now. But I have to get up from this chair, or it's going to be a mess in here. So I will chat with you guys later. And I would also say go over Aussie Guys Live. He's going to be on a long time tonight. He's doing a members only stream eventually. So go over there. And Carmask, I am going to check X immediately following my talking to Ava, and I'm going to make sure that you are not blocked. And I generally, my rule is I only block racists, hookers, and anti-Semites. Those are the people that I usually block, because I don't think you're ever going to have anything that I want to say. And people that annoy me, I will just mute for a little while. So, and that says more about me than it does about you, because you annoy me, and then I want to respond, and we don't want to do that. All right, out. Have a great night, people. Oh wait, I promised you I would play something. So let me see if it uploaded, and where did it go? Edit list. And here we go. Hopefully you guys kind of hear edit list. Oh. Oh. All right, well, I guess, oh, you know what? If you hit that little fucking button there, maybe it does play. But I guess not. All right, layers, add layer. We're going to go to media files. And we're going to go done. And then we're going to try to play this bad boy. So let's just see if it happened. It didn't. I will save it for the next time, but I promise you it is dynamic and it is fun. Good night, people.